Good morning, and welcome to another episode of the Randall Cadenhead Report. Just before I began recording today's episode, the news broke that Netflix had greenlit the spinoff to Manifest, one of my favorite shows. And yes, I'm really excited and interested to see where they take this, and how or if they answer the questions that I have after watching the finale of the original series. The writing team for the spinoff series looks real good. And I'm also wondering if they bring back any of the original cast members. Now on to the news. Trump is dismissing concerns that Russia could attack a NATO ally. This comes amid growing concerns among European leaders that Putin is planning on doing just that. Trump is also dismissing a Wall Street Journal report that the purpose for CIA Director John Ratcliffe's weekend visit to Moscow was to warn Russia against attacking NATO. Trump referred to Ratcliffe's Moscow trip as standard business, which, if, if you if the Wall Street Journal, if the reports are accurate, is is false. Trump said that Ratcliffe meets with his Russian counterpart every 6 months to a year, which is news to me. Like, last month, in an interview with Axios, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said that Vladimir Putin was preparing to mobilize an additional 500,000 troops for a renewed offensive against Ukraine. He also said that Russia was building the infrastructure needed to house up to 30,000 troops from North Korea. A new report from the Washington Post says that Russian President Vladimir Putin views the United States as having been weakened by the Iran war and sees an opportunity to escalate against U.S. interests and allies in Europe. The new intelligence indicates that Moscow believes that the now 6 month war between the United States, Israel, and Iran has strained American military readiness and depleted our weapons stockpiles, including Patriot missile systems, Tomahawk cruise missiles, and Army tactical missile systems. We really need to get our head out of our asses concerning Putin's real intentions, including President Trump. Shifting the focus to the Middle East and Iran, a new report from Axios this morning indicates that the United States military has steadily eroded Iran's stranglehold on the Strait of Hormuz and has reopened key shipping lanes that it has gained the upper hand in the battle for control of the strait. According to the report by Axios, U.S. officials also say that the constant American bombardment of targets in Iran over the past several weeks has drastically reduced Iran's military capability, as well as their ability to disrupt commercial shipping through the strait. In an interview with Axios, Trump said that sucker, meaning the Strait of Hormuz, is open. The United States is following through on its threats to levy new sanctions on the Islamic Republic of Iran. Earlier today, President Trump announced the new sanctions, as well as sanctions against an Egyptian bank that does business with Tehran. In a separate action, officials at the Treasury Department issued sanctions against a Hong Kong-based bank, as well as the Iran bank Meli. Iran is urging other nations not to join the U.S. sanctions. Yeah, we're tightening the screws. The United States military shot down 3 Mexican drug cartel drones in the Rio Grande Valley of southern Texas this week using a laser, U.S. officials told Reuters. The Pentagon didn't give precise details regarding the exact location of the strikes or whether it was over U.S. or Mexican territory. Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum has stated that any unilateral action by the United States on Mexican soil would be viewed as a breach of Mexican sovereignty. No, no, she's right. It's your country. She should be doing something about the drug cartels. And if not, we will. If she won't, we will. President Trump was in Houston yesterday headlining an RNC fundraiser for Ken Paxton, who is in a surprisingly competitive race with Progressive Democrat State Representative James Tallarico for the now open Senate seat in Texas. So the polls at the moment show Tallarico with a slight lead. Conservative Republican Congresswoman Beth Van Duyne remains optimistic that Texas will not go blue and that Trump campaigning for Paxton will energize the Texas conservative base, Van Duyne told Newsmax. John, John Fetterman called Abdul al-Sayed and candidates like him garbage and said that the Democrats have a socialism problem. Yeah. Hope everyone has a great day, great weekend, and stay safe, and I'll talk to you on Monday.